Hello guys, this is the Dude at 2, and this is part 2 of my 4 point set of Joseki. In the previous video, we covered a standard 4 point approach, right here with white, with the Kama, the Knight's move, okay? And what we did was a Knight's response, okay? It's kind of a defensive response. But what you'll see a lot in your games is what's called a pincer movement. And what this pincer does is it puts pressure on this white stone. Okay. There are a lot of answers to this. White could jump out. And a couple other things. You know, he could attempt to battle out, play light shape. But what we're going to cover is white jumping straight into the 3-3 point. Okay, it's very common. Actually, when black does a pincer, you could say that black is actually kind of inviting you to do this. He's inviting you to take the corner. Okay, so we'll go through this this variation so that next time you get pincered, you'll see that it's really not such a big deal. Okay, so let's go through this from scratch. There we go. Throw my white in the wrong. So first we have 4-4. All right. White does the standard Knight's approach. Black is going to do a pincer. This is called a low pincer. This is called a high pincer, since we didn't cover any pincer basics. Low because it's closer to the edge. Okay, so this is a low pincer against white. White is going to jump straight here, straight into the 3-3 point. As you've seen in my other videos, I explained that the 3-3 point is basically saying I want this corner and I'm going to take it no matter what. And usually that's what ends up happening, at least if you play right. Okay. Now black has two options. Black can block this way, right, and allow white to connect, or black can block this way. Okay. And this is the variation we're going to go over. Okay. So black blocks this way. White's going to push up. Black's going to push up again. Okay, black does not want to be greedy and block right away because that leads to a flaw in black shape. Okay, usually 3 is safe, 2 is not. Usually. All right. So now white is going to push underneath in an attempt to unite these stones. Okay. Sometimes black will let him, but in this Joseki, black will not. Black is going to block. And now white is in trouble here. So white's going to fix his weak spot. Now black is in trouble. Okay, so black's going to fix his weak spot. And now white is in danger of being capped. If black plays here, white can't expand up. So luckily, as you've seen in other of my videos, Joseki videos, white can do a one-space jump when on the 3 line. Because black tries to invade, white just plays here, and you know, it's really not so good for black. That's kind of a waste. This is it. This is your Joseki. Not too bad. You see that white takes a corner. Black gets center influence. The good thing about white is that this white stone is not dead. You could later on in the game, preferably, you probably don't want to pick a fight right now because he's kind of outnumbered, but if white could build a couple stones out around here, this white stone could jump out and live and really cause a lot of pressure for black. Okay, so let's go over this one more time. Again, I'm playing with my single contact Yunzi stones like I did in part 1 of this 2-part series. So let's go down here. Approach. Pincer. White will jump in the corner. Black will play down. Black will play 3 stones. White will try to slide underneath. Black will block. White will fix its weakness. Black will fix its weakness. And white will jump up to avoid being capped. that's it. That's your Joseki that would be very useful for you to learn. Next time you get pincered, you say fine, I'll take the corner. And if you don't get pincered, say fine, I'll split the corner. Those two Josekis will cover most of your 4-point encounters. Now, as always, to go through and explain this a little bit, I'm going to show what happens if white messes up and what happens if black messes up in one instance. But generally speaking, when you play Joseki, you want to play it at least until your stones are safe, and you want to play the Joseki the way the Joseki is. And the reason being because the Joseki are designed to kind of give you peace of mind. If you play a Joseki out, like right now, white can be like, okay, well, you know what? I can live. I know I can live back here because this is Joseki. If white played something that was just not quite right, you never know. There's probably a weakness in it. So that's one good reason for learning Joseki, is that if you manage to play it, you're like, all right, well, at least I know this group is pretty safe. I got to play pretty crappy to lose this group over here. Okay, so I'll give you a mistake for white and a mistake for black. We'll recap and then we'll call it. So 4-4, knights approach, pincer, white jumps in, black plays here, white plays here, black is greedy. Alright, black is greedy. So what's going to happen? Okay, well, we'll play this out same as before. White's just building strength. Okay, white's going to play here. Kind of see how this group's getting kind of funky, right? Okay, well, black's going to play here, putting this white group in trouble. Okay, white's going to push out. And as you can see now, you know, it's not looking good for black. Okay, black could try to push here again. You know, white could expand down. There's a lot of stuff that could happen, but generally speaking, this black group's kind of trapped and not in a good position. If white wanted to play here, well, black has to answer here, because if he doesn't, white will play here and kill these groups, right? So black answers here. You know, white got this group trapped. White could play down some more. White could play down here and put a lot of pressure into black, which in case black's going to try to connect over here. I mean, and now how crappy a position is black in? All from being greedy. Okay, and go, you have to give a little, you have to take a little, you have to share. It's a weird thing in Western games. Chess is total annihilation. Risk, total annihilation. But in Go, it's just like life. You kind of have to share a little bit to get by. Okay? So that would be an example of black's mistake, cutting too soon. So make sure you follow the Joseki. You go that extra step. Gives white a little bit of a better position as far as giving him a couple extra points, but it's a much worse position as far as weaknesses. And then we'll say we'll give a white mess up just to give you an idea, give you something to look for. And white will jump into the 3-3. Black plays here. White plays here. Black plays here. White plays here. Black will play here. Apologize. Black will play here. Well, let's say white wants to try something fancy, like maybe cut black off here. Okay? Well, it's white's turn. I'm sorry, it's black's turn. So black will play here, putting this white stone in trouble. Okay? So the white's going to decide, okay, well, maybe I'll try to surround this one and take this one in a move, or take this one in a move, but it's white's turn. So we'll assume white tries to take this one. Okay? Black will come in, capture this. Now white is split. White can't play here because he'll be captured. right? He'll be instantly an Atari. White could play here, okay, but then black could do a jump out here and kill this group, right? Let's assume that that didn't happen, all right? Let's assume that white instead decides to block here, okay? Same thing, black will kill. Well, what can white do? White can't play here, right? White could play here. White's in a world of hurt. I mean, this would probably be one of his better moves, but I mean, you know, black really demolished white over here. Okay, if you know, white decided to, you know, try something like this, and I mean, black could come over here, and it's a life-death struggle, and it don't look very good for white. So let's go over this one more time. I gave you a mistake for each. Give you guys something to work for. Again, if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, feel free. I'm a nice guy. You know, I'm not going to flip out on anything you say. If anything, you're helping me out. You're helping out my viewers. Which I got 61, by the way. Keep it up, guys. So here's the Joseki in its fullest. So you can go over this one more time, and then we'll call it. Pincer, 3-3. We got a block. White, play here. Remember, don't be greedy. Push down. Alright, white's going to go underneath. Black's going to go here. White's going to go here. Black's going to protect its weak spot here. And white is going to jump up to avoid being captured. I hope this is it for this two-part series. I might throw a third part. What would happen if black blocks this way as opposed to blocking this way for another, you know, to possibly conclude it, because I'm thinking it's pretty simple and it would come in handy. You know, it's pretty common. So this is it. Thanks for your support, and continue to watch, continue to comment, and keep playing Go. Have a good day, guys.